Alright. Alright. Let's get the monitor up while we're waiting for folks to come in. Alright, let's see. Oh, there I am. Alright. Okay. Alright, guys, let's paint something, shall we? Open up some ginger ale. Open up some liquid clear. I think I'll use my own liquid clears today instead of Bob Ross's. Hey Tammy, hey Carolyn. So if you want to make your own liquid clear, you can do it really easy. Just go look in my video library and you will see the recipe for how to do that. Oh, there it goes. So we're just putting some liquid clear on here. Or clear liquid medium, let me say it that way. This stuff's really, really, really simple to make. You can adjust it for whether you want it to be more fat or lean. We've got as a ground over this canvas, we get 3 coats of black gesso. And there's a video out there about making your own gesso too on my video library, so feel free to check that out. I think we'll paint a little farm scene today. But I want to tinker with the sky for a little while. And the sky's just got an infinite potential of things. Nobody can paint it quite like the Lord does, but still, you can give it your best shot. Let's clean the brush there, some liquid clear, with some odorless paint thinner. Let's dry this brush out. Hello everybody, say hello. Say hello so I know who's there. You might have a chance to win a painting later. I know you're on here. Alright, we're just going to wipe some of this liquid clear back off. You can't ever wipe it all off. That looks pretty good. That looks good. But you can't get too much, that's for sure. If you get too much, your paint will just slide right off the canvas. So don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, let's think about this guy. So we've got a black canvas, but we want to kind of create a daytime look for it today, I think. And maybe we'll have a barn like up here and somewhere in here, like maybe, I don't know, like right around here. And maybe the house either on this side or on this side. And then trees behind them and in front of them, both. So let's think about the sky for a little bit. We want it to be sunrise, sunset. I think we'll start off with a little bit of Indian yellow. Can you guys hear me okay? Carolyn, can you hear me okay? I never know. The numbers are still going up though, so I guess people are hanging out. Alright, so this is just regular traditional oils. I'm using, for the most part, I'm using Bob Ross paints. I have some other things on here too, but on the palette. So this is a 16 by 20 canvas. It's just an economy canvas, nothing fancy about it. Alright. So let's take some of this Indian yellow. Let's start about, I want to have a pretty good bit of room for this farm scene, so let's kind of make the horizon about a third of the way up. I don't like the way that brush is reacting. Set that aside. Work on that brush. Seems a little stiff for some reason. Let's get that another one. Let's try it again. There we go. That sounds better. Just put some Indian yellow on here. Okay, good, good. Thank you, Carolyn. So we'll just cut a little bit of that. We'll put it all the way across, I guess. I'm just using an X stroke. Kind of blend that around a little bit. Not too much yet. Alright, now it looks okay. Let's get a little bit. I got a little bit of alizarin crimson left over from the last painting. So let's pick up a little bit of that. We're going to go up above this yellow. Indian yellow. I think we might make it like that. And then let's see, do I have any blue on the palette? I don't think I do. Alright, let's get some, I have phthalo blue right up here on top, so we'll use that. Well, you're certainly welcome to watch. Melody. Arthritis, yeah, I have arthritis in my hands. I could offer you a solution. It's not a 100% solution, but when I have trouble with arthritis in my hands, I use I wear a heavy latex glove. You can get them like car parts stores and places like that, and it warms my hands up as I'm painting, and it really helps me a lot. So I don't have a lot of bad days just yet, but some people do. I might try that. And trimmers, well, Emily Jean, if you guys watch Little Painter Girl, she has difficulty with that, but when you're drawing tree limbs and stuff, she does some pretty detailed paintings even despite that. She just does some really awesome work. You guys should check her out. She just did a live video yesterday. Little Painter Girl, that's her. Let's put some titanium white out here on the palette. Just about finished that too, but all right, we cleaned the brush off. Now you're going to start seeing some stuff coming alive. So let's pick up some titanium white. Let me scoop some of that up, move it over here a little bit closer to me. There we go. That's better. That's better. All right, let's kind of flatten that out here on the palette. I'll mix a little bit of that yellow with it. All right, just wipe it off on the brush. So how's everybody doing? It's kind of cold and rainy here. Hey Jeff. I was supposed to be doing gardening today, but it's just too yucky. All right. Let's put the sun. Let's put the sun like right over here. This will be our brightest spot right here. We'll work from here and work our way out. So we're just using an X stroke. We're not worrying too much about blending all this together just yet. Let's get over here with the yellow. And maybe a little bit more right here. All right, let's pick up a little bit more of that and let's kind of start working our way out here. Oh, that's going to be pretty. That's going to be real pretty. All right, let's just carry on. So I haven't cleaned the brush yet. We'll get around to that shortly. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll move the center Because I like that. I like that part right there that's kind of developed. All right, let's clean the brush, and we'll blend it. So we're just cleaning the brush and odorless mineral spirits. Wiping it out with a paper towel. Once I thump it off, I am ready for sunshine too, man. We picked up 30 bags of mulch yesterday. I still got 80 to pick up, but I'm ready for springtime. All right, let's blend some of this first. Let's just kind of. I'll just start where I started, and we'll kind of work on the rest of this. We're just going to use a circular stroke. You might not be able to tell it in the video, but I'm kind of going this way first, one way, and then I'm going the other way. So I kind of changed so quickly that you might not see it. You'll see it when I use my weak hand. Oh, that's a pretty sky. Skies are they just have infinite potential to do things in the sky. Alright, that was pretty good. That gives us a nice uneven landscape too to work toward. Alright, now I think we'll clean the brush again, and then we'll work toward we'll start working on where we're going to put the sun. Or maybe I won't even put the sun in there, I don't know. Let me think about that for a little bit. Yeah, I think we will. I'll tell you what, let's move this down just a little bit. Let's put some more yellow right in here. If you don't like the way something is, just kind of change it. I like this pretty much. I just want to expand on it a little bit. Just kind of move with the painting. If you see where the painting wants to go. Oh, thank you. Well, you can certainly come back later. Hope you'll like the page and follow along. We do a couple of videos a week usually. All right, let's come back here again. Let's go right back in here. There we go. I'm not going to clean the brush this time. I'm just going to wipe it out. And now I'm just going to kind of blend it back in with what we already have. Now you can also use an X stroke like this to do your blending. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's kind of like the swirly, I like the softness that it gives me. Alright, that looks pretty good. If you guys have any questions, please spit them out. Hey, Salty. So where's everybody from? I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I grew up here, left for a long time, being in the military, and then I came back. All right. I need to decide, like right here, though. I think I want to kind of like give this a concept that like maybe the sun is about to pop up there, but it's not quite there yet. I'm just going to soften that a little bit more. Get the brush strokes out. There we go. All right, let's think about this. All right, so I want to have some trees here. So let's put a far range of trees in first. Sacramento. Oh, Carol, I didn't know you were living in California. Jeff, Melody, everybody from Tennessee, yay. Hello from Lebanon, all right. Hello, everybody. I'm glad to see everybody here. We will be giving a painting away here in a little while. We're trying to give it away in the last broadcast, but nobody claimed. After I gave the person a notification, they didn't. I never heard from them again, so I'll just try to give it away again. All right, so let's take some sap green. I'm going to mix that with a little bit of this white that I mixed up for the sky. Just smear that around. Take a look at that. Yeah. All right, let's add a little bit of brown to that. So we're just going to add some midnight brown. Maybe I've got some midnight brown here from my last painting, just to take a little bit of that greeny. I don't think that's a word. Just like some of that. Hey, dull down that green a little bit. All right. Let's put like a. Tell you what, let's do something different. Let's take. Hey, Cindy. Hello, Diane. All right. Let's do this. Let's put in some hillsides. So we don't have any, rather than have big mountains today, let's just have some hillsides. So let's start on this side. So we're using a 1-inch brush. Now I pulled it through the paint. Let me kind of tell you how I did this. See, since I don't have two cameras, I'll kind of explain this. In the palette, what I'm doing is I'm going to point it toward you so you can see better. I'm putting that brush down like this, and I'm giving it a push, and then I'm pulling it like that through the paint. I'm giving it a little wiggle as I go, like that. All right, and that'll put like an edge. Can you see how that comes to an edge on this 1-inch brush? Same brush, right? All right, so that'll allow us to tap in some landscape. So let's do that. This looks the farthest away to me. So let's start over here. Let's kind of put some distant hillsides in. We'll play off that yellow a little bit with this green. I want them to be far, far, far off into the distance. Kind of curve it around a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. All right, and then let's take and add a little bit of more blue to this green color. Just make it a little, I think it'll make it a little bit darker. You know, one of the things that people do that and I did this when I first started painting. I've only been painting a couple of years, but I tended to, when I wanted to darken colors, I would add black, and when I wanted to brighten colors, I'd add white. You know, that's not really, you leave a lot of potential behind when you do that. So if you just add some other colors, so like over here, to darken this green, I've added some blue to darken this up, rather than black. And so it's still just the value, but it does it in a more colorful way than just making it dark green. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, y'all let me know. All right, it's kind of even landscape here. All right. Okay. Let's tap this out. Let's just kind of smooth this out a little bit. Then I think I'm going to pick up a little bit. Let me clean my brush first. Hey, Bruce. All right, let's do this. All right, so we're just going to pick up a little bit of that white, just a touch. I mean, just the tiniest touch. See that? We're just going to come right in here into this green, or really, actually a little bit kind of on the green. I'm going to kind of tap this white in with that green and some of that liquid clear. And this will work to our advantage here in a minute. All right. Pick up a little bit more right there. We'll cover that in a second. I think we'll just come on with that. Since I got it going, may as well try it, use it. All right, now we're just going to blend this out. That's awful white. That's okay. We'll come back over that in a second. So we're working with black canvas, so it has a natural tendency to just really pop the colors up off of the. All right, so let's go back to that green. We'll lighten a little bit of that by adding some of this yellow to it. And let's go back up. Let's see. All right, so there's our first mountain. So let's put our. All right, that needs to be a little darker. So we're going to add even more blue and maybe a touch of brown into this. And so we've got our first mountains way back off in the back. Okay, maybe a little bit more brown. to darken it even a little bit more. Yeah, okay, that's good. Looks like the Blue Ridge of Tennessee a little bit. I think right here we'll just kind of raise that up some. Just kind of break up that fog a little bit. And maybe a little bit right here. And that ultra bright spot, we'll pull that down a little bit. All right. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Trevor. June, Brenda. Clean that brush out. All right, let's, I think as I look at this more, as the way this is kind of unfolding, let's just put a couple little clouds up in the sky. Just some streamer clouds. So I'll just use that. I'll pick up a 1-inch brush. I mean a number 3 fan brush, what I meant to say. I just laid down a 1-inch brush. And let's just put a couple little streamers up here in the sky. Nothing too mighty out there. Just something catch the eye just a little bit. Just kind of scrub those in. There we go. What do y'all think? How's that look? Better? All right, let's put another one like right here. There's kind of really no wrong way to put clouds in. A couple little darker ones right here. Let me just kind of just to break that glow up just a little. All right. So usually I try to work backward to front. What's farthest away and then come forward. That usually works best for me, but every so often you see something you're like, oh, maybe I should add something. So you should. If you think you should, you probably should. We're just going to blend these just a little bit, just to soften them, push them back in the sky a little bit, just a little bit. All right, real light touch. 3 hairs and some air. That's what you hear all the time. 3 hairs and some air. All right, there we go. All right, let's clean the brush. So if you guys see that painting, that picture right over there, I'm a novelist. That's the initial book cover of my first novel that I published back in 2000. One of my bunch of guys that worked with me, guys gave me a lot of encouragement when I was first painting, when I was doing my first novel. I'm on my 14th now, so with Amazon, 14th and 15th actually. But they actually had that made for me and sent it to me. And I didn't know anything about it until it showed up. What a huge surprise. It was a huge surprise. All right, let's put some trees in. So I'm going to go to, can we use a filbert brush? I'll tell you what, let's use I did a filbert last time. Let's use I like my filbert brush a lot. All right, let's go to a round brush. So this is an R7 round brush, just like this. You can paint almost anything with almost anything if you take the time to learn it just a little bit, just practice it just a little bit. All right, so let's get I want these trees to start off kind of dark, but we're going to highlight them. So I'm going to get a little bit of Van Dyke Brown, a little bit of dark sienna. Put both those in the palette in case I need them. If I don't need them, I'll use them in the next painting, but I think I'm going to need them pretty good. All right, and then we'll use, let's see, So we'll kind of use this. This is the main highlight right in here, I think, coming this way. So we'll highlight the trees on the insides. All right, let's take it and go to, let's get the round brush. I'm just going to mix this paint on the brush. So let's just get some brown and some, that's about a pretty color. All right, so got the brush kind of loaded about like this. You'll see that okay? All right, let's just kind of put some trees in here. I've never tried to paint these trees exactly like this, but let's kind of, you know, I think I want to put in a row of distant trees in first, now that I think about it. So let's do that. Let's do that first. Let's get, so I'm going to go to a script liner. And I'm just going to continue to use this brown that I just mixed up with the script liner. I'm just putting a little bit of that brush has still got starch in it. That's not going to work. Alright. Time for brush rehab time, I think. Alright, that one's too small, so let's go to, yeah, this looks okay. Alright, we'll try this one. So we're just going to put a little bit thinner on that. Let's just paint a couple trees in here that are off in the distance. You probably can't see it, but where I put this fog in just like now, there's a lot of suggested tree scrub kind of stuff there. So let's paint a tree in here. Let's put one like right here. We'll highlight this in a second. All right. Now, if you've watched me before, my trees, I like my trees to be crooked. And I tell you why. I originally started painting with Bob Ross instructors, and one of them said that straight trees get turned into telephone poles. Well, I don't want any of my trees to get turned into telephone poles. They're my friends here, so let's not do that. Let's make them crooked so nobody will want them. All right, a little too much thinner on the brush that time. Thank you, Paula. All right, so we're just going to tap this back in. It's no big deal. Don't get panicked. There we go. All right. Let's try it again. Let's put it right back in there. Come on, little tree. Come on. There we go. There we go. I don't like that tree exactly like the other tree, but so let's give him a bigger branch like right here. There's a tree down the street from me. It looks just like that. There we go. We'll put some leaves on these trees in a minute. They're gonna be mostly they're gonna be in some shadow, some silhouette. We don't want to force a bunch of highlighting in some place it doesn't go. So let's just kind of. This is a really good time to have your hands not to be very steady, actually, when you're painting trees and limbs and stuff. You want your leaves, your branches to be all squiggly. Let's put another branch out this way. Here we go. I like that. All right, that'll do for those guys. Now let's put a little bit of landscape in, I think. So let's do that. Let's get some sap green. So I'm going to play on the same color that we used before, sap green. And I think I'll mix a little bit of some blue with that, just a little bit, not a lot. This is the undercolor that'll go over the top of the black. So for those of you that just joined, let me back up and just kind of recap. So we're just using a Michael's Economy canvas, and with that, we've put 3 coats of gesso as a ground. And if you don't know what a ground is, it's something that you put between your oil paints and your canvas. So your oils would soak into the linen, so you don't want it to do that. So you need a ground. And so a good ground is gesso, acrylic gesso. So this has multiple coats of acrylic gesso on it, 3 coats of acrylic gesso. All right, so let's put some landscape in here. Let's just we're gonna highlight this part. So that'll set the trees apart. So I'm gonna set this layer behind that tree. And then I'll put something else in front of it in just a second. All right, now we're gonna need some more yellow. So let's pick up some cad yellow. I like this. The sky's got some good movement in it today. There's so much you can do with skies. You can just work with skies all day long. All right, let's try some cad yellow with this. Let's highlight some of this and see how it goes. I don't want a tremendous amount of highlight just yet. So we're coming down just a little bit below this paint, and we are just adding more landscape in here. Kind of see this being kind of fairly flat land. Of course, the more you tap this, the softer it gets, right? So, all right. I'm just going to add, without cleaning the brush, I'm just going to tap on a little bit of white. And right here on this brightest part, I'm just going to kind of add some highlights like this. A little more highlights. A little more highlight right there in that area. And then we'll let it kind of fade off as it goes out that way. There we go. All right. Let's finish up these trees, and then we'll come back. We're going to put a barn in either over here or over there. Not sure which. All right. Sure, Bruce. I'm sure lots of people would like to know. All right, so I'm just taking some brown and blue, just a touch of midnight black. And we're just going to kind of yeah, like that. Let's just keep using that. Now, another brush you could use, I'm using a 1-inch brush, but it doesn't really matter. I'm using another brush I like to use a lot for trees. I'll use it in a little while when I make this other tree. Is I like to use an oval brush. That's pretty fun to use. There we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, those look good, I reckon. All right. So we're just going to put the slightest bit of highlight on those trees. There's one mistake you can make. It's over highlighting, and of course, if you do make that mistake and you look at it and you say, "Hey, it's not over highlighted," then just go back and add a little bit more dark in. All right, so we're just going to kind of add a little bit of this highlight, just a tiny bit of highlight. So this paint right here is going on a little bit thick. I don't know if you guys can even tell that on the video. It looks pretty good here, but all right. Let's think about, I know I want to put a barn and a building in here. And maybe This part here will be like the road. I don't know. Never know till I get there. That's just me. All right, let's think about this barn though. Let's think about it. Let me kind of, let's take a knife here. Let's kind of, let's put it way over here maybe. Let's get some barns. It's a couple different barns today. Let's see what. All right, I think I know what I want to do. All right, so let's just, I've got it. I think I got it. All right, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna use a paint eraser. If you don't have one of those, you oughta get one. They're pretty nice. You can get them at almost any store, art store. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of sketch this in a little bit more by sketching out things that I don't paint that I want to take off the canvas. All right, so kind of put it like that. And I think it needs to be more of an angle. Here we go, like that. Yeah. All right. I think I got it. Okay, let's see. I got the round brush out a while ago, so let's just go with that. Because I never did use it for the trees, did I? All right, so let's just kind of sketch this in. Like that. Yeah, okay, that'll work good. And maybe like a little bit of a silo, maybe. A little bigger than that. There we go. All right, I don't know if you guys can see that just yet. All right. Okay, so let's put some highlight. I'm going to switch to a flat brush, or maybe an angle brush. Got an angle brush hanging out? Yeah, there's one right there. All right, just going to take you could use an angle brush. You could use a knife if you wanted to. So I'm still using this brown, oh, that's not what I meant to say. This white color that I used with the sky. Kind of mixing it all in the same bucket of paint, the same pile of paint. That kind of keeps the colors consistent throughout the painting. Okay, that works. I'm left-handed, so I'm painting on the wrong side of the canvas for me, not the strong side of the canvas. All right. I'm going to kind of, tell you what, let's take and color this in. Let's paint this in. Let's paint this front part in with the highlight color. It's a little brighter. And maybe we should have kept some of that. Let's put a little bit of that highlight color on the outside of the silo. And maybe like around the ridge of the silo. And then we'll let the color kind of blend in that way. So we come around this side of the silo. There we go. All right, we're going to put some more lines on this. Hi, Diane. How are you doing today? All right, let's see if this is dark. Let's see if this is dark enough. That looks pretty good. Let's pull that down in there. I'm going to keep this pretty dark on this side because the sun's not on this side. Why do I wipe that brush up? Alright, let's put a door. Let's figure out where the door's going to go. So we want the door on this barn to be pretty much all the way across the front. Not quite, but almost. Alright, that was not what I was looking for. Picked up some black, and I meant to pick up some black and pick up some blue. But we'll pick it up again. Hang on a second. Now, if you're starting to get too much paint on here, just scrape it off, guys. It's easy enough, just scrape it off. All right, let's paint a couple of windows in here. With that, I'm gonna clean that brush out because I'm gonna move to a lighter color. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of that sky. Yellowish white. I'll use this to kind of highlight these doors and windows. I hope I'm not getting in your all's way. Yeah, a little too much highlight right there. So let's just cut that back in a little bit. There we go. All right. Now, we're going to put a tree in front of this in a minute. So let's go ahead and put some landscape in here. Let's go back to the 1-inch brush. Pick up our green. Get it a little bit darker this time. Spread that color all the way across here. You don't have to tap it in, you can just wipe it on if you want like this. It doesn't make much difference. I'll show you. That side's tapped in, this side's not. It's not going to matter in a minute when I get around to highlighting it, so. But I'll just do it this way, just to show you a different technique. Very good, Diane. Very good. Keep them coming. That's how you do it. One painting at a time. All right. Okay, let's slap a little bit of highlight. Now we don't want a lot of highlight over there because it's off in the, you'll see in a minute, it's kind of off in the trees. But let's just tap a little bit of highlight right in here. We'll let it get darker over there. And then tap a little bit harder on this side, like that. Somewhere in here there's going to be a road, maybe. All right, let's put another tree in. Tell you what, this time I think instead of using, I'll just use liquid clear this time instead of cleaner. All right, we're going to put a good sized tree right about here. So let's push it down. Man, you're painting right over your barn. Well, we know it's there, right? So it's okay. It's all right. I'm going to paint over that tree a little bit too, maybe. Let's have another branch. Like that. Maybe a branch out like that. Here we go. There we go. All right. Now, I think this being in the country, I want to do a couple other things too. Let's use that liquid clear while we got it out. Let's put some fence posts. Or some fence, yeah. Coming across this way. You know, I usually, when it comes to my greens, I use pretty much the same color green. I use sap green almost exclusively, but I continue to mix blues, and I change its value a little bit, but typically I just keep them all pretty much the same. I like sap green. It's very vibrant, and you can use it for lots of different things, and change the colors around just pretty easy. All right, so we just slap a little bit of highlight in here on these fence posts. Maybe some highlight like that, just across the rail. All right. Now, what I was going to say earlier, this being in the country and all, I think around this tree here, let's put, I want to change that up a little bit. So let's take a knife. I'm going to take my knife. We're just going to scoop up some, have a brain cramp, dark sienna. I'm going to scrub that in around this tree, like this. Then I'm going to highlight that, some of that same sky color mixed in with that. And I just want to have some bareness around this tree. Yeah, like that. I'm going to put a couple scrubby things in there a little bit. All right, I guess I better figure out where the path's going to go. So I guess we're going to have like, this is going to come around like this. And maybe I put the fence in too fast. Let's see. That still work out okay. I want this road to go on. Let's just go ahead and figure out where the road's going to go, and then we can fix it up later. All right, so that's going to go out that way. And we want to come over here toward the house. There's a farmhouse in here as well. So. All right. Okay. Let's slap a little highlight with that. Go back to the sky color. Make kind of a marbled mix. So if you look at this, there's a lot of, it looks mostly white on camera, I think, but there's actually a lot of brown mixed into that, a lot of dark sienna. I think I'll mix a little bit more though. It's a little higher. There we go. Now you can see it better, I think. Can you see that better? I don't know how that's going to work on the canvas, but it'll work better for you guys to see it. All right, so let's just bring this out this way a little bit. Some of that road may disappear in a minute when we start putting the house in. Pick up some more marble mix. Kind of take that out, take the road out that way. Yeah. All right. Okay, that's a good start. All right, let's see. So how do you guys like to make all your color decisions before you start, or what? All right. Just tapping in some dark here. We're going to slap a few trees in here in a minute on top of that. I think I will put another tree maybe over here as well. or maybe at least part of one right in here around this road. We'll put some dark in right around here. Oh, what? What do you mean? You want part of the path to go that way? Where would it go? I don't know. Think about it. Maybe not. I don't think so. So we'll just add some foliage and stuff in here in a minute. I'm just putting some color in right now. Okay. Let's clean the brush because we're going to go to a lighter color. There needs some more sap green. So let's get that out. Where did it go? Here it is. Ooh, a new tube of sap green. Yay. I was not familiar with Georgian paints. This is the tube Daler Georgian. See if I got another one where you see the tube better, like this one. This is Viridian green, but they were on sale. They're usually $8, and they were on sale for $1.15. So I bought up everything there. Why not? All right, all right. Let's pick up some yellow. Put some things right beside the road. I'm gonna have to figure out where these trees go in a second, though. We'll just put some highlights in here. Some of that we'll have to erase when we put the house in. All right. Da 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 da. We'll put some more highlight on that in a little while. Not right now. Try to figure out where things are going. We'll close that road up a little bit. There we go. Let's put some stuff around it. Some weeds and stuff. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, let's put the trees in. We'll put the other trees in and then we'll figure out where the highlight goes. It's in oils. So it's traditional oils. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. All right, let's put the trees in. Let's go to let's go to this. All right, so let's figure this tree first. Maybe let's do it more like right around. I think I put this tree mostly off the canvas, so let's just we'll put leaves all up in this area. All right. Let's see. Let's have. So we'll highlight that tree. Let's put another one like right, not quite on the center, just barely off center. Let's have another branch that's lower. So just using a filbert to lay this in. You can use a script liner, whatever you want to use. Whatever you're most comfortable with. I was not comfortable using a filbert brush for this kind of thing for a long time. But then I kind of fell in love with the filbert brush. So, all right, let's go over here. Well, let's see. Let's put the house. Well, we'll put the house in before we do that tree. I want to put the house behind that tree. And then we're going to turn all of this here into like a road. So let's do some things. So let's do some things. Oh yeah, I use gesso. I use gesso as my ground underneath, and then real quick for those of you, just real quick recap. This is just a regular economy canvas. the It's got 3 coats of gesso on it, acrylic gesso. Lightly sanded in between with one 80 grit sandpaper. Set up the ground. And the ground is really just what sits between the oils and your canvas, so that the oils don't sink in and make it all kind of looking uneven and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, there's that. That's how it goes. That's how it's laid out. All right. So we're going to start off. I'm going to highlight that tree back there. I'm going to turn this for my convenience because I like it this way. I'm just going to kind of highlight this tree just a little bit. A lot of paint on there, so the paint that we're using is kind of thick. Probably put a couple of coats of highlight on this tree. Right. This tree over here, we'll highlight some more. I used to wonder if it was a sin to like turn my canvas for my convenience, but I'll tell you, it's it's my canvas, right? All right, there we go. That's easy. All right, let's take that. We're gonna mix that with some blue and some white, I think. Let's get a little bit of white. Phthalo blue and some white. We'll make a reverse shadow on this tree right here. Same on that tree there. Just tap some of that in. Maybe a little bit right here. I think we'll put a little bit of scrub right back there too. All right, that's good enough for that. I think I want to add a little bit of different highlight to this though. I think right here I'm going to add just a touch of white. Just going to mellow that yellow out a little bit. There we go. All right, now I'm going to switch to an oval brush if I can find one. Come here, guys. All right, there we go. All right, this is an oval brush. If you don't have one, they're pretty neat. You can see they're oval around the top. I'm just going to use that and pretty much the same blue, black, dark blue, dark black colors to just tap in. Some leaves, background leaves. You can see the shape of the brush is sort of complementary to what you're trying to put in. So put it over that other tree a little bit. That's okay. We know it's back there, right? I need a little more background leaves than that right there. There we go. All right, now let's highlight that a little bit. Let me check up with the monitor. Yeah, if you use straight oils on canvas, if you put oils straight onto bare canvas, because I stretch a lot of my own canvases. There's videos in the library about that if you'd like to see how to do that. If you put oils on straight on canvas that's not primered, or if even my experience is the economy canvases in particular, but pretty much all commercial canvases that are not primed, the prime is just, or that are primed, are not primed very well. And so your oils tend to not to soak in inconsistently into the cotton or the linen, whichever one you're using, and that can lead to problems, big problems. So, because it makes your paint look really uneven. So I always use gesso. Always, always. I don't usually say always about a lot of things, but I definitely always use gesso. I'm going to turn that over a little bit. I'm going to leave a lot of that dark on that side, but we're going to brighten up this one tree right here. Just to kind of provide some separation for those trees. Alright. Maybe not so much highlight right there. Maybe more highlight on this side like that. Hey, Sonny. Sunny D's one of my favorite artists. She's a specialist in koala bears. If you haven't looked at her channel, check her out. She's pretty good. She's really good. Alright, let's do... I'll tell you what, that's a little too much highlight right there. I don't like that. Let's take that out a little bit. There we go. Alright, now let's deal with this house, because it's going to be a big production. Alright, let's see. Let's see. What kind of house do I want? Let's kind of sketch it in. Alright, so we want it to be like... Maybe we won't put the whole house in, though. Maybe we'll just have like... Yeah. Alright. Let's see about that. Alright, so we just took out a big chunk of our landscape part. Alright, I guess that's how it's going to be. Let's do it. So we'll just paint right over this paint we already got in here. This black darker color should override it. If it doesn't, wipe it off and start over. It's not that big a deal. You know, say it's not that big a deal. I'll tell you what, let's just see this part right here. Can you see? I'm going to move it closer. You can see the edge of the house there. But then you can see the field through there, right? So let's just take that paint off. I told you to take it off. It's not that big a deal, so let's just do it. Here's a paint eraser. Now you can do this with a knife. A knife will work just as well. Well, I don't know if it works just as well. Sometimes it works pretty darn good. You can use a knife on this. Sometimes it's easier because it's faster. Anything that you don't like in a painting, you can just take it off and do it over. People have asked me for advice, and send me stuff and ask me for advice. Lots of times they have to take stuff and do it over. So it's not that big a deal. It's not that hard to do. Just wiping this off with a paper towel now. There we go. Alright. Let's make this house... I don't know. Let's go to a flat brush. It's a pretty big house, so let's go to a flat brush and let's just start off by making it somewhat white. Let's just do that. Let's start off with... Let me just get this out a little bit. So I'm allowing this paint to break. I want it to break somewhat. any place we don't want it later. I'm coming down below the bottom of the house because we're just going to chop that off in a minute, so it's not that big a deal. All right. Actually, nothing is that big a deal when you're oil painting. There's nothing you can't fix. So, all right, let's just let's continue on with this. Let's take. I'm going to let this side be a little darker, but I'm going to make it even more dark in a minute. So it's got a little bit of blue in it, along with the white. Now I'm going to mix just a little bit more blue with it. And a little bit on that side. Just a little bit. Hi, Nancy. Yeah, somebody's lawnmower next door, I guess. I should be out in the garden today, but it was cold and rainy this morning, and I didn't feel like it. So I'll do it tomorrow. Once I start gardening, though, so you guys won't see me too much for a little while. I'll be outside a lot. All right, so let's see. So now I want to straighten this out a little bit. So let's just kind of come in right about here. Push that back up against the thing here. I'm just going to kind of... Yeah, it's my neighbor's lawn guy. Alright, that's good. So we took just a little bitty bit of paint off of there. And then we're going to come back with the darker color. That we're going to use to make the road and stuff back up in here in front of the house. Just smear it all around. So if you guys didn't watch Little Painter Girl yesterday, she had her first big live stream. It was awesome. You missed something really good. But you can still catch it. It's recorded, so you can catch it. All right, let's put some windows in here. And we'll do that with a flat, maybe. Oh, okay, my angle brush is right here. Easy greasy. So let's see. Let's just do that. Come on. A lot of paint right there. Can we just put it on there too? There we go. There's a little bit of blue with a little bit of black. I'm not trying to black this completely out. I don't want them completely out. A little darker on this side though, because it's away from the sky. And let's put a window right here. I'm trying to think. I'm building this house as I go, so all right. Maybe like another one right there. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So we're gonna move back to the white. Didn't she do good? She was like, oh, I don't know if I did so good. I was like, oh, you were awesome. I thought it was I had a great time watching her paint. She's got so much talent. And she just seemed like a real natural on camera. She was so relaxed. Or she seemed relaxed. She might have been nervous as heck, but she seemed really relaxed and laid back. All right, we're just putting a little bit of highlight around these windows. Actually, we're just kind of highlighting to make it look like a little bit like frames around there. There we go. A couple crosshatch windows. Another one. All right, let's do this side. If I thought about it, I probably could have put a little shed in here to go with it, but I didn't think about it. Somebody's using an angle brush to do this. You can use a flat, or you can use anything you want to. Might be hard to put a 1-inch brush around that. A little bit more right there. A little bit more right there. All right. Let's go back now, and let's do it. This is the hard part to me. I hate working these angles right here. They give me trouble. We're going to change this front of the house up just a little bit in a minute. The problem I have with this is the roof is on an angle and my brush is straight. It's trying to pull straight down. And it always sends me for a little bit of a loop. All right, here we go. That's okay. All right. And then up here, I think what we're going to do is we'll do like this. And we'll just, let me wipe this brush just a bit. I picked up a lot of that blue, so I'm trying to wipe it off a little bit. So I just want to kind of hey, William. Oh, maybe we'll get that one in between. Just to get a little of this, to give it a little bit of a shingle look. All right, now I still have to deal with this. This is too blue. Unless I want to make this part more blue. I don't know if I do want to do that, but let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Just adding some texture in here for this house on the front. Make it look more planky. I don't think that's a word either, but all right. Let's smooth this out just a little bit. It's a long brush stroke down that line. There we go. I'm going to have to re-highlight some of that, but that's okay. All right, let's pick the highlight color back up. Just reframe this window on this side. Reframe this window. Da, 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 da. You know, like I say, anything that you do that you don't like, you just change it. It's not just really not a big deal. Like this window, it's a little bit crooked. How come nobody told me that? Bruce, why didn't you tell me that? Let's just take this and, well, first of all, wipe the window out. So it's that easy to wipe the window out. Right. Now let's try to make this a little bit straighter. Not too straight. It's an old house. There we go. And you know, after all, it's not a photograph, it's a painting. So everything's not supposed to be completely straight anyway. Okay, enough piddling with that. That'll be okay. That'll be okay. Let's see. Let's put a little bit of highlight though. Let's go back to that sky highlight. That little bit of yellow. Let's put a little bit of highlight down this roof line. Like that. And a little across this way. There we go. There we go. Maybe just a little bit down this side. Alright, now right here where the roof line is where that roof line creates right there, I want to create a shadow right there. So I'm still using my angle brush. You can use any brush you want. I'm just going to lay a little bitty dark line right in here. And I'm going to lay another one right across over here. Like that. Okay. Alright, let's go back to the landscape. I was just thinking to myself, this is taking an awful long time for 11 by 14. That's what I've been painting on 11 by 14 on stream lately. This is 16 by 20. Where's my mind today? Okay. Let me pause for a second and drink some lemonade. Van Gogh there for a minute there. Yeah, was kind of Van Gogh-ish, wasn't it? Thank you, Bonnie. All right, guys, we're going to give a painting away here in a few minutes as soon as I finish up this painting here. All right, so let's do some things. Let's pick up some white in my script liner and pick up some whatever color this is. Oh, that looks nice. That's a nice gray color. I think though we need a little bit of liquid clear to make that stick. So hang on a second. Ooh, that's pretty. All right. It's awful thick though. I don't know if I'm going to make it stick or not. Let's see. So let's come right here. Put a mailbox in here. Pick up some. Yeah. There we go. Let me wipe the script liner out. I need some red though. I need a flag. All right, so let's do that. Let's do it. It's these little details, things like this, little things you throw in. Make people want to buy your painting if you're interested in selling them. Just putting a little bit of shadow. And then I think like right here. Like that. Alright, so I have this little mailbox in there. Okay, let's start crush on this thing. Sap green. I think maybe we'll put some flowers or something right there. Put some green around this part. I want all this part to be like road, right? Just a piece of road. So let's bring. We do that. All right, let's see. I'm gonna have to. Well, we're gonna put some paint down. We'll see if we have to take it back off. I don't know if I'm gonna like how it's gonna look. We'll see in just a second what I'm gonna do, and then. All right, so let's bring the road around. First of all, let's bring this path out. from the door. Okay, that's good. And let's kind of join it over here like that. And that's good. But if I want this road, all right, let's do this then. Let's bring the road in like this. I just ran out of paint. Hang on a second. I ran out of brown. Stand by. This never happens to Bob Ross. Of course, he puts like a gallon of paint on his palette at a time. When someone else is buying your paint, it's okay to do that, I reckon. All right. So I'll tell you what. Let's get some of that and some of this. And let's just kind of. I'm going to bring this across like this. Maybe all of this right here will be brown. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling it. I got it. All right, so now that I got that laid in, I can figure the rest of this out. All right, so hang on. We'll hang on to the brown for a second. We'll leave that knife lay over there for a second. Let's pick up our sap green and some of our darker blue. Let's put the dark color in here, close to this road. All right, and then let's pick up, I'm out of paint again. All right, hang on. Squeeze out some yellow here. I got another whole tube of yellow, but I've painted in the last, it'll be 3 years in May, so I got one more month to go. I will have painted about 350 paintings. So my paint doesn't really get a chance to dry on the palette very much. But of late, I have emptied a lot of tubes of paint. I've reached the end of large tubes of paint, so. All right, let's start highlighting a little bit. So let's highlight like right in here. And I'll tell you what, while we're at it, let's add a little bit of highlight to this fence line. Like that. All right. And then let's put some highlights around this tree. And then let's kind of bring this out this way. We can do some more with that in just a second. And then let's put some highlight around this way. Yeah, all right, I like that. Now, for the road. We know the road's going to go across the bottom, so if it's going to go across the bottom, let's get a fresh paper towel. Look, we're down to 6 people. I must be taking too long. All right, let's add some fence. Let's add some fence posts. All right, let me get the smaller filbert. And some brown, and some more brown. This brown and this brown. Let's put a fence post like right here. And right here. And right there. Let's bring it across like that. I paint fences just about like I build them, crooked. I always did that on the farm. They were always crooked. But I don't think that was just me. All right. We'll come back and highlight those in a second. Okay. Let's just end that right here. But we'll do that after we highlight the road. So let's go back to our earlier knife, pick up some white, make a marble color. Here comes the lawnmower guy again. Let's just start kind of. Still got a little bit left. That's good. So you guys like that? All right. Now let's put that fence post rocker right there. Now let's highlight that. So let's clean this off. We need to put some bushes around the bottom of that, each one of those posts, but we'll do that in a second. And then I think we'll add a few flowers. What do you think? What do you guys think? Just put some flowers in there. What? Oh, okay. Just about out of titanium white. Let's. A little across the top. Now when you're pulling straight lines, up, down, or sideways, if you really want it to be straighter, the best thing to do is instead of pulling your hand like this, move your whole hand. Move your whole arm, and it will pull straighter. I don't know why it works that way, but it does. I first heard that from Marion Dutton, and she's pretty sharp. If you guys don't follow her, you should. All right, let's see. Let's get that. All right, let's put the last few little bushes in here. Then we'll add a couple of flowers, and then I think we'll probably be done. I wonder if maybe we should have a fence. What do you guys? Should we have a fence? What do you think, Bruce? A rocker on the left side. A rocker on the left side of the fence. You mean like a rocking chair? Thanks, Jeff. All right, let's see. I think let's put a fence line over there. Why not? Should be fairly easy to do. All right, except I ran out of white. Well, let's put the fence part in, and then we can put the highlight. We'll go back and make the highlight color. Where did that last one go? There it is. Man, it's so dark I can't hardly see it. All right, there we go. All right, now, I wonder if I can just use this grayish color, maybe. I thought I was going to paint 2 paintings today, but I'm taking up so much of your all's time. I don't know about that. All right, let's tap in some grasses, like right around these posts. Oh boy, we're gonna have to get a little bit of liquid clear with that because it's really thick right there. Okay, I don't want to get that much. Let's try that. Here we go. Oh, diagonal post. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me think about. Oh, flowers. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's put some flowers in here. I had a color. Where did that color go? I had some weird color the other day that I saw that I had bought. Let's try this. I never tried this color. This is a Georgian paint that I bought for $1.15. It's called Brilliant Rose. So, well, we'll see. All right. We're going to mix it with just a little bit of liquid clear, so it'll stick nice and good. Let's put a few flowers around. That's pretty. It's kind of pretty. Put a little over in this dark spot. Put a few over here. Maybe a couple in here. All right, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty good. Let's put a few more just right here on the roadway. How do you guys like that? All right, here we go. All right. Let me stop and look at it for a second. I think we're done. All right, that's pretty fun. So wipe my hands off with some baby wipes. I haven't done my baby wipes commercial today. Get paint on you like I do. Just wipe it off with baby wipes. It comes off really easy. Good Lord, how did I get so much paint on me? I'm gonna start wearing an apron if I don't straighten up. The house looks like it's crying. It's crying? Oh, because of this dark thing underneath of it? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, probably does a little bit. All right, well, let's fix it. If we can, let's try to fix it. We don't want the house to be crying. This is not the house of the rising sun, man. This is just... All right. Somehow I got my acrylics mixed over here with my... All right, let's get some titanium white. I don't want my house to be crying. That's terrible. All right. Titanium white and some liquid clear. Let's see if we can. Well, I'll probably turn the house so white. Well, we'll see. There we go. All right. Thank you for pointing it out. All right. Okay, guys, I think that's probably it for now. I might be back later on and paint another one. If I am, I hope you guys will join me. But first, before you go, I'll tell you about this painting. I tried to give it away last time, but the lady didn't claim it. So for all you guys that were talking, and for all you guys that clicked like, and for all you guys who... Oh, by the way, I reached 1,000 people, so followers, so that was cool. I'm going to give this painting away. I'm going to try to give it away again. If you live in the United States, I'm going to pick a name out of a hat, and I'll mail this to you. I'll watch for my message, though. This is an 8x10 on canvas board, and it's called Winter Runoff, or Winter Breach. I think it's called Winter Breach. And it was my attempt on painting a brick wall. So I'll send it to the winner, and I'll pick it later this afternoon. So, and I'll announce it on the page, and I'll send you a message too. So watch your message request if you're not on my friends list. If you want to be on my friends list, send me a friend's request. I usually accept them if I can figure out you're just an artist or you're somebody that likes to watch my view. Just tell me when you send it. All right, guys. Well, listen. It's great to have 1,000 followers. It's super. It's like my first milestone. The next canvas we'll paint maybe something on a white canvas next time, and do another landscape. We're gonna try to. These are all originals, so I hope you guys like them, and I will see you next time. Thanks a bunch.